The history of Wet Sounds. So, Wet Sounds started the business in 2005. The entire thing about Wet Sounds was when I was wakeboarding in college, we were looking at the market and everything was a car audio company that was just a speaker painted white with some stainless steel screws. And they called it marine audio, but nobody actually understood the market. So when I looked at the market, it was nothing designed specifically for wakeboarding, for high-end marine audio. So I built a set of speakers in the garage using my pro audio background and brought out the first horn-loaded compression driver wakeboard tower product because I wanted to hear product when I rode. And at the end of the day, no matter how many car stereo speakers you stick in a coffee can and stick on a tower, you're not gonna hear it when you ride. It's not designed for that purpose. It's designed for being in a car door. So we brought out the Pro 485 and the Pro 80. Spent a long time in engineering and design and product development, and then brought my two business partners, Brett and Joe, in, and we all worked together all the way back to high school.
It was driven as a necessity for what Tim wanted at the moment. Tim's the resident wakeboarder. Myself and our other business partner, Joe, we're more of the fishing, outdoor hunting guides, and Tim wanted something to be able to listen to music at 80 feet and beyond when he was wakeboarding. And at the time, myself and Joe, we were in a pro audio sound contracting business, and from working with Tim previously when we were younger, we knew what it would take to deliver sound at 80 feet and beyond, and we started building some prototypes and mocking up speakers. Tim mocked up a couple different drivers in his garage, and we started playing with that. And
we essentially just built the speaker from scratch. I sketched it on a napkin and built a set, put it on my brother-in-law's boat, and we went out to the lake and called it Wet Sounds. And at that point, all of our friends and buddies that we rode with said, "Hey, can you build me a set?"
All of a sudden we were on the lake and someone was like, "Hey man, what is that?" And, "Oh man, it's just something where, we're building some speakers. Man, can you make me a set?" And kind of, "Can you make me a set?" turned into, "Can you make me a set? Can you make me a set?" And, we just all kind of looked at each other and, "Man, this is something unique, we're really on to something here."
And everybody that heard it said, "Man, that's the loudest thing I ever heard." Yeah, it is. We're using pro audio horn-loaded compression driver technology. And at that time, again, it was just car audio, car stereo speakers. So when we brought that out to market, it changed the game. It changed the whole industry. And we won an engineering award a year later at the Consumer Electronics Show for our Pro 80, which is our HLCD horn-loaded compression driver technology. So it was really cool to get that industry recognition to where people realized this is something special. So when we launched, I do everything big, and we're in Texas. So at the end of the day, it's go big or go home. And being from Texas, this is what we do. We're a Texas-based company, and that's in our DNA. So that DNA translates into everything we do. And we're the type of company that when we go, we're gonna roll in a big truck, big boat, a big flash, and people are gonna know we're here. So when we launched at some shows, we launched really big. We went to this first Surf Expo show, and we're one of the title sponsors, and we had one of the wakeboard events. They had a outdoor rail park, and we brought all the audio, and we had a full DJ booth hooked up and played all the audio for the entire venue off our marine wakeboard tower product. Not DJ speakers, our wakeboard tower product, and it was so loud they asked us to turn it down and actually detune it because it was too loud. So people knew who we were from day one. It's still a surreal moment, and you never tire of it. It's hard to explain. It's really surreal to know that something that you started in your garage, and now when you drive down your home lake and you see every single boat roll by with your speakers, and you see guys just rocking a big Wet Sound system. You see the factory OEM Wet Sounds that we provide to the boat manufacturers. You see boat after boat in all these docks, and you rode by and go, I designed that. That's Wet Sounds. We build that. This was a dream that became a reality. So it's really cool to watch your dream be a reality every day, and it's just a really cool, surreal experience. So when we started Wet Sounds, my wife Tracy and I, and my brother-in-law Scott and sister-in-law Heather, we all rode in college. We were all big in wakeboarding. Now we all wake surf. But originally it was wake life. Every weekend we're on the water. So for us, it was hanging out with friends. It was that experience. So now that we've all had kids, that's a huge part of our life, and having that experience and being able to share that with our kids. So we've had them out on the water, surfing with us when they were little. They were barely old enough to walk, and they're holding onto our legs and surfing with us. And now we've got them out surfing, and they're riding tubes and always on the lake. So for us, it's that experience. It's that something that you can't get anywhere else. We want our family and our kids to be with us and want to be with us. And I think having that boating life and that lake experience and a really fun experience, they want to hang out with the parents. They want to come out to the lake on the weekend. They want to be on the boat. It's part of our DNA, and we want it to be part of their DNA. So we're here at our new Wet Sounds corporate office in Rosenberg, Texas. We've been working on this new facility for quite a few years, and our entire thought process was not only an expansion of space, but also give us room to grow and have more technology in the building for us to have more innovative products for the future. Our goal with Wet Sounds is to continue to push the envelope. We've had so many world first and industry firsts. We're in a situation where we lead the market and we are that benchmark. So how do you compete with yourself? Well, that's what we have to do every day. We have to continue to improve upon our current products. So with this facility, we have everything under one roof, from our engineering, design, prototyping, fabrication, testing. We have a facility where we can bring in up to a 40-foot boat and do real-time analysis of the whole sound system. We have speakers inside that sound room that we can pump ambient noise to simulate what it is to run a boat at 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. So in a typical audio tuning, you're in a really closed, acoustically sound-treated room. The problem with that is that that's not what we do. What we do is build audio products for the outside environment. So we've developed our rooms to be somewhat live, controlled, but simulation of an outdoor. And we also have a mobile system where we can take it outdoors and continue to do our voicing outside. So one of the things that I learned growing up from my father was, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So I've taken that, and my two business partners, Brett and Joe, we've been so hands-on on this company that everything we do, we like to keep it in-house. So we have a very strong marketing department that we handle the graphics design, our social media marketing, and our marketing in-house. So we have our employees that are part of our family, they're team members, and they understand the vision. It's easier to have it controlled where everybody understands that vision for the future than to try to outsource stuff. So we do the same thing on product development. We do the same thing on our sales side. So with this new space, we're able to expand that and have a better environment, more room to continue to grow and keep that all under one roof.
The team that we've added here is just amazing. The people, the new vendor relationships, the new partner relationships with the new boat manufacturers, strengthening the ones that we've been with for 10, 15 years. It's another evolution. It's another chapter in the Wet Sounds history. We're working on stuff now that we thought were dreams in the past that are now reality, and it's really, really exciting.
So, one of the main driving factors for coming here was to be part of a team that was like-minded, people that are so incredibly passionate about what they want to do. The drive that they have culminates with the drive that I have, and allows us to achieve levels of greatness that none of us could, do on our own. And that's really because of how much passion is actually in the building, how many people are really good at their jobs, the hours that they put in, the no sacrifice, no holds barred approach to really achieving the best outcome each and every time. I mean, it's inspiring. It's inspiring to work with the people that I work with, all the way up and all the way down.
The interesting thing about Wet Sounds is, the 3 original owners and founders, some of the most passionate people I've ever met in my life, always have new ideas. So the basic function of our team is to turn those ideas into something we can hold and test, play with, and decide if it's something we're gonna move forward with. We have several new projects that are launching right now. All of them are super exciting. This is probably, I think anyone would agree, the most exciting time at Wet Sounds in several years. So between the launching of our new Rev HD series, new tower products, I mean, this is the product that Wet Sounds is known for, and we've reinvented it. So just when everybody thought they might have had a chance of catching up to us, we've already reset the bar. The Zero line is also something completely new. Actually, when I started Wet Sounds, the goal was to take this iconic Rev performance and figure out how to give it to more customers. Most people in these other segments don't have room for a tower pod or a pair of Rev 10s. So how do you get that performance in a much smaller compact chassis? So we've come up with a speaker line that you can use for any other application out there and get that Wet Sounds experience.
One of the cool things that I love about hot rodding, and it's more specifically in rat rods, is there's no set rules. There is no rules. And I like that concept, and that's how when we started Wet Sounds, that there was no rules. We started from scratch to be a high performance marine audio company, and we buck the trends. We look at what we want, and we don't look at what others in the market are doing. We lead and innovate our own ideas and take stuff that's completely foreign to a lot of people in competitive space to us that always just kind of do another Me Too product. So we continue to look at that and how we do everything for the brand and Wet Sounds. It's about innovation. It's about setting our own path. One of the things that I love to do is obviously work on my cars. And when we built this house, I specifically had the idea to have a separate shop and a space to work on the cars. Well, one of the things that I'd planned on doing was putting a big Wet Sound system in the shop, at the same time doing outdoor product. So that led into us doing our Wet Sounds venue series. Once again, we build product that we want for ourselves. So we sat down and we said, look, myself and my 2 business partners, Brett and Joe, we have a home audio and a pro audio background. So getting us into that home audio space was second nature to us. So we set out and designed the Venue Series, and the Venue Series is an outdoor product designed specifically for people that are looking to entertain and have that live music sound. So we took, once again, like we did with Wet Sounds, we took some technologies and we created a new category of products specific for, once again, areas that we wanted. And it's been very well received. We won multiple engineering awards and industry awards and recognition for the Venue Series, just like we did when we launched the first Wet Sounds wakeboard tower product. So it's really cool, once again, to have this mindset we can do something completely unique, completely different, but the industry looks at it and goes, wow, like this is pretty cool, and get recognition for that, because we always know personally, like, man, this is cool, this is special, this is something different. But to have a lot of the industry magazines and shows actually come back and say, man, that is cool. With Wet Sounds, when we first started the company, our ultimate goal was building high performance marine audio product. And we've expanded that into the power sports and motorcycle category, as well as the outdoor venue for our home products. So we really look at everything from an outdoor space that needs a waterproof speaker, that needs a speaker that's designed for the elements. So as we continue to grow, we feel like we can continue to innovate really unique products to multiple spaces for these types of products that demand a build quality, a sound quality for an outdoor environment.
It's all about recreating an experience, right, for a customer that every time that they step onto a vessel, it's like nothing that they've ever had. Whether it's their vessel or somebody else's that they're stepping onto for the first time. We want to make sure that usually, you're going to pack a cooler, get some towels, your playlist, right? I mean, it's always a new playlist or a buddy's phone. I mean, how do we create that excitement? So some of the stuff that we're working on now is things that haven't been tried yet in the marine space. And so it's neat to be at a level that we're working with the boat manufacturers, and we're 3 and 4 years out on models that the consumers haven't seen yet. And for us to be able to work hand in hand with them gives us the ability to do something that is not yet seen.
The list of ideas is endless. It's everything we can do to keep up with Brett and Tim come up with on a daily basis. And there's a lot of stuff already in the funnel. So there's not going to be any break in the future of cool things coming from Wet Sounds.
With our new facility at Wet Sounds, gives us the opportunity to continue to grow. So it's been really cool to watch and drive this innovative product line and innovative company with really cool product over the years, and we've continued to grow year after year. So as we sit today, we're all excited about the future and where we're continuing to go. So we feel like we're just getting started.